What's up, everybody? I'm here with Plato. Welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about Disney's new Wish movie trailer that just came out today. So I actually don't really care to talk about Disney trailers usually. There was one for this movie that came out a few months prior. It was kind of cringe and lame, so I didn't watch the entire thing. I was pretty uninterested. But then this new one came out today. I caught a whiff of it, checked it out a little bit, and then ended up watching the entire thing. And it brings me back to this article I read about a week ago. I don't know if you recall, but it's from the New York Post, and it's right behind me. Disney to quiet the noise in culture wars amid Ron DeSantis feud. This is from Bob Iger. So Bob Iger is like, we finally realize and we're going to admit that we've lost a hefty profit from pushing all of this woke garbage for the last few years. So we're going to go back to our roots. We promise. Well, it looks like he was being dishonest, because if you see this trailer, it looks like they're going in the complete opposite direction of what they claimed they were going to go in. Looks like they're just going to spearhead the woke movement and make white people look bad again and black people look like saviors. Somebody actually commented on Twitter when watching this trailer. They were like, this looks like Bruce Almighty, but for atheists. And I actually have to agree, because you've got this king in this kingdom called Rosas. It takes place in Eurasia somewhere. And he has magical powers. He has the power to grant people's wishes, but he only grants them selfishly. He picks and chooses which wishes to grant, and the majority of them, he just tells them to F off, basically. But then there's this lady here who says, you should give everybody all the wishes that they want without consequence. Everybody should get what they want. Nobody should have to work hard for anything that they desire. And the king is like, well, that's ridiculous. I am the king. I decide what's best. I mean, honestly, he wants to use his power responsibly, but using power responsibly for Disney is the most amoral, immoral, and evil thing that you can possibly do, which is why I guess this guy is the villain. And this lady instead is the hero. But she goes and wishes upon a star, because this movie's supposed to kick off the whole wishing star concept. And oh, lo and behold, the wishing star is actually a character. It's like this floating star straight out of Super Mario. And it looks like the old tried and failed garbage that Disney has been pushing since, I don't know, pre-2015. This looks to be much of the same. There were people who were like, well, you don't understand the context of this movie. The trailer is badly made. The king is actually evil in a worse way than what is shown in the trailers. But all I see in this movie trailer is this lady going like, you can't keep all the power for yourself. And he's like, yes, I can. And that's the plot of the movie. Oh, and he becomes really, really threatened by it later on in the movie. He's like, who dares take my power? And then his wife is looking all scared next to him. All scared and unsure of what to say. She's like, yeah, who would dare ever question your great power? I mean, you're the king. And of course, the king, played by Chris Pine at the beginning of the movie, he's like, oh, yes, I'm a super handsome king. She's like, well, everyone loves you. He's like, yeah, but I'm also super attractive. I'm fairly certain that anybody who watches this movie that is against what Disney is doing right now is going to see this king and they're going to be like, this king is based, and the main character, Asha, is the villain of the movie. Because who in their right mind thinks that granting every single wish is a good idea? That's the same plot point from Bruce Almighty, where Bruce learned that answering everybody's prayer is not a good idea because it causes chaos. It plunges the world into turmoil. And this looks to be repeating those same beats, except this time God is evil and he is selfish. And it's not because it's all about responsibility. It's about just keeping all the wishes for myself. And she's like, you got to give the power to everybody. And it's just the lamest, cringiest thing. And for those people out there who are going to be like, no, you're just a racist. You just admit that you hate women and that you hate African Americans, or whatever nonsense people say. If you look at the synopsis itself, it says, in the kingdom of Rosas, located off the Iberian Peninsula, which I believe is Eurasia or something, a 17-year-old girl named Asha senses a darkness that no one else does. Okay, everyone else thinks the king is amazing, but she senses the darkness within him. Wonder why? His name is King Magnifico, by the way. This eventually leads to her trying to make a passionate plea to the stars in a moment of need. Soon, an actual star from the sky named Star, wow, really creative, answers Asha's wish. After the star falls from the sky, it is revealed that the star has magical powers to grant wishes as well. So it's going to go from the king granting wishes with his staff to Asha granting wishes with the star. And everybody's going to get all their wishes granted, and it's probably going to cause a lot of trouble. Together, Asha and Star must overcome the evils rising in Rosas and fight for a better future in order to have something better than what they already have, and for all the dreams to come true for the people of Rosas. And even the actress herself has admitted that this is probably going to be just as woke as the new Snow White movie. She's repeating the same talking points that Rachel Zegler talks about when she's being interviewed about Snow White. The Bosie spoke about her role in the film during D23. I am voicing the character, an original character, mind you, named Asha, who is kinda like me in some ways. She's got many parts to her. She's so smart, she's got a great sense of humor, and she's trying to take care of people she loves most in the world, the actress shared. And here's the red flag. She's a leader and doesn't realize it yet. Of course, just like Snow White, she's a leader, but she just doesn't realize her potential. But through this movie, she's going to become the leader she always knew she could be. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, hit that like button and share this video with your friends. That would be awesome. And hey, if you're feeling ultra spicy, consider becoming a subscriber so that you're up to date on what kind of thing I've got going on. I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Later. Meow, meow.